Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, teacher. Good morning.
Can you hear me or not?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so please respond.
Talia, where are you? Are you almost here?
I'm less than 5 minutes away. Can you see her?
Yes, yes. I see her. She's sitting at a table. Hurry up, class starts in about 10 minutes.
Well, just go over to her and start a conversation. You've done your homework, haven't you?
My homework?
I mean, have you found out what courses she's taking and everything?
Oh, yeah. I can do a little acting myself, if that's what you mean.
So, go act like a drama student and go and talk to her. I'll be right there.
Excuse me, you're in the drama program, right?
Yes. Oh, hi.
Do you know if Professor Roberts is teaching this semester?
Yes, he is. He's fabulous. I'm taking his improvisation class. In fact, it's tonight.
Oh, great.
I've been taking classes here for about a year, and I think he's been my best teacher.
I know what you mean. He's very inspiring, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I've become a much better actor since taking his classes.
Yes, I'm sure you have.
So what is the answer here?
Mm, like a drama student.
Okay, yes, like a drama student. What are Amy and Jackie talking about?
Mm, Jackie's teacher.
Jackie's teacher. Okay, let's see the response here. Yes, Jackie's teacher. Good job. Let's go on. Okay, we're gonna listen one more time.
Oh, I'm Amy Lee, by the way.
Hi, Jackie Bishop. Well, that's my real name. My stage name is Jackie Baker.
So, do you have an agent?
As a matter of fact, I spoke to an agent last week. I just sent him my audition reel, and he thought it was incredible.
I'm not surprised. You do see.
And my brother knows this big time film director. He's going to introduce me.
That's great. Your brother, that famous soccer.
That's right. He's my older brother. We just adore each other. He's a soccer star. I'm going to be a movie star. Tonight, he's taking me out for a celebration.
Tonight. Really? A celebration. What are you celebrating?
Oh, just this little success. I like to say, always celebrate your successes.
That sounds like excellent advice.
Anyway, we're going to this fabulous restaurant near here, Valentino's. Have you ever eaten there?
Me? No, I can't afford that.
I ate there once and I saw Madonna.
Wow.
Can you believe it? It was so exciting.
I guess you have to go to the right places.
Absolutely. I booked the perfect table for people watching.
I'm impressed. You really plan ahead. You're amazing.
Okay, so let's see the first part of the conversation. They're mainly talking about Jackie's acting career. Okay. Is there any question there? Maybe?
No, teacher. It's clear.
Okay. Okay, so what class are you taking this semester? I'm only taking one class with Professor Martin. I had Professor Martin last semester. It's so special about him. They are great. He's a fabulous professor. Okay, I don't know what's the other option. Let's see. What do you think about his lectures? Yes, because if you said like, what's so special about him, and you answered they are great, that would be wrong because who are they? We're talking about only Professor Martin. And if you say like, what's so special about him? You should respond, he's great, not they're great. Okay, any question there?
Okay, teacher. It's clear.
Okay.
Tony, I need to see you. I have to bring you up to speed on the Nick Crawford story.
Come in, what's going on?
I just spoke to Nick. He was tricked. The audio file was edited. He didn't take a bribe, it just sounds that way.
Well, what does your audio expert say?
Spencer, the audio guy, he was able to verify that it's all definitely Nick's voice, but he also said the audio file was clearly edited. Background frequencies didn't match.
And he's certain about this.
99.9%. You know these tech guys, they never say 100%.
But I don't get it. Who's behind this?
One of Nick's teammates, Dean Bishop. He resents being in Nick's shadow. He wants to be the only star on the team.
Of course. Bottom line is, being the star is worth a lot of money. Big contract, endorsements.
Yeah, but it's beyond money with Dean. He comes from money. It seems that Dean wants the fame, the prestige.
And he doesn't want anyone to stand in his way. Brutal. So, what's your plan now?
I have an idea. I need some help from Amy.
Fine. You can have another day on this, and we won't run the story yet. But one more thing, Talia. I hope you're not emotionally involved in this story.
Me? Emotionally involved.
I know you want to clear Nick's name because you two have a bit of history. But if you want to have a career in journalism, you always have to remember to stay objective.
Okay, so here, how he probably feels about the news. I think he's excited, isn't it?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, he's excited about it. Because well, he's asking questions and all of those things. Okay, so that was the only mistake there. Okay, let's continue here. With A4. Okay. Okay, so we use models of possibility and probability to talk about things that we think are possibly or probably true. In this case, probability is something that is like 90%, and possibility is like 50%. Might is possibility. Must is probability. We're gonna start with must. Must expresses probability. We use this when we're almost 100% sure, like 90% that something is true. Like he wears expensive suits. He must be rich. Or he speaks French very well. He must be from France, or he must yes, he must be from France, or he must be French. Okay, so he must be thinking about the homework. He must be proud of you. Okay, so when we say this, we are almost 100% sure that this is true. Is there any question with one or two?
Teacher.
I couldn't hear.
No, teacher. It's clear.
Okay, okay. So let's continue with may, might, could to express possibility. We use this tree when we are like 50% sure that something is true. Okay, so he might be busy. He may be he may be sleeping, or he could be from Australia, or he could come from Australia. Okay, so can you please create three sentences, one with might, one with may, and one with could?
Mm. Mm. Bolivia might win the Copa America.
Okay, another one. With may.
Um, my friend may be doing his homework at home.
Okay, and with could.
Mm. They could come earlier tomorrow.
Okay, great. We use can't or couldn't when we're almost 100% sure that something is impossible. Like, like it can't be possible, or it couldn't be I or he couldn't be serious. Okay, so in this case, we're talking about things that are impossible. Okay, so is there any question with 3 and 4?
No, teacher. It's clear.
Okay. We use must not when we're a little less sure that something is impossible. We usually don't use the contraction. Like, we could use the same here. It must, or let's see. He must not have any money. He must not be in his house right now. Okay, so with must not, it's like we're a little less sure than with can't or couldn't. A little less sure. It could be possible that he has money or that he's in his house, but most likely that doesn't happen. And with may not and might not, see here that we don't use could not or couldn't or possibility or impossibility. Well, I'm gonna even use the same sentence. Bolivia might not win the Copa America. My friend may not be doing his homework at home, or they might not come earlier. Early, not earlier. Early tomorrow. Okay, so I don't know if you have any questions here with 5 and 6.
No, teacher.
Okay. So let's see here. After a modal, we only can use the base form of the verb, as you see here, only the base form. In questions, we usually use could, not might or must or may. Okay, so can you please change these 3 sentences that you created to questions with could?
Okay. Could Bolivia win the Copa America?
Okay, great. The other one?
Mm, could your friend be doing his homework at home?
Okay, and the last one?
Could they come early tomorrow?
Okay, great. So, in short answers, we usually use be in the question if it has a form of be. So if it doesn't have like could Bolivia win the Copa America, a short answer could be like they could, or but in this case, could your friend be doing his homework at home because it has a form of be? We answer he might be or he could be. Could they come early tomorrow? In this case, it doesn't have a form of be in the question, so we don't need that. They could, or they may. And also, we can use the verb like think to ask about possibility or probability. Like, do you think Bolivia will win the Copa America? Do you think your friend is doing his homework at home? Do you think they'll come early tomorrow? Okay, so we changed the model for do you think? Is there any questions with 7 to 10?
No, teacher.
Okay, let's finish here. We're gonna go on to relative pronouns. Oh, this is very easy. So let's please listen.
Hi, I was just asking myself if we were going to see each other today. Today we're going to talk about the difference between reflexive and reciprocal pronouns. It's an interesting grammar point, and I think you're going to enjoy yourself. Let's take a look at them now.
Okay, can you please read?
Mm, we use reflexive pronouns when the subject and the object of a sentence refer to the same person. You should be proud of yourself, Amy. In this sentence, the subject you is Amy, the object yourself is also Amy. The subject and the object are the same person, Amy. So Amy should be proud of Amy, in other words. Amy should be proud of herself. These are the reflexive pronouns: myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Notice that you has two reflexive pronouns. Use yourself when you are speaking to one person. Use yourselves when you are speaking to more than one person. Take care of yourself, Talia. I will. Take care of yourselves, guys. We will.
Okay, continue, please.
We can also use a reciprocal pronoun, each other or one other, when the subject and the object of a sentence are the same people, but in this case, the people have a two-way or reciprocal relationship. Talia and Jackie are talking to each other. In this sentence, the subject is Talia and Jackie. The object each other is also Talia and Jackie. The subject and the object are the same two people, Talia and Jackie. The sentence means that Talia is talking to Jackie and that Jackie is talking to Talia. They are having a two-way conversation. Notice that the sentence Talia and Jackie are talking to themselves has a very different meaning. This means that Talia is talking to herself and Jackie is talking to herself. They are not having a two-way conversation. We usually use each other when the subject is two people. Talia and Amy know each other from work. We use each other or one other when the subject is more than two people. Talia, Amy, and Tony know each other from work, or Talia, Amy, and Tony know one another from work.
Okay, so here we use the reflexive pronoun. Here's the list: myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourself, and themselves. We use it when the subject and the object are the same person. Okay, so if I say you should do that yourself, that means or I could say like yeah, you should do that yourself. That means that that you should do that well without any help in this case. But if I say think about yourself, like say Giovanni, think about yourself, that means that I'm asking you to think about you. Okay, so or I was talking to myself. That's right. All right, some sentences. Okay, so she loves herself. I heard myself. I was talking to myself. So she loves her, right? That's why we say herself. I heard I heard me. That's why I say myself. I was talking to me. That's why I say myself. Okay, so and you yourself is one person and yourself is when you use you but in plural. Like here, take care of yourself, Talia, or take care of yourselves, guys. In this case, I'm using plural. In this case, singular. Is there any question with 1, 2, or 3?
No, teacher, it's clear.
Okay. So we can also use a reciprocal pronoun each other or one another when the subject and the object of the sentence are the same people. In this case, they're talking to each other. That means that Talia and Jackie are talking to each other. Okay. Talia is talking to Jackie and Jackie is talking to Talia. But when you say Talia and Jackie are talking to themselves, that means that they're talking like Tali's talking to herself and Jackie's talking to herself. Okay, so that's the meaning of they're talking to themselves. Okay, so Tali's talking to herself and Jackie's talking to herself. They're not having a two-way conversation. Okay, so we eat to each other or each other one another is an option when you're trying to say that they're interacting. We usually use each other when the subject is two people and one another when or each other when the subject is more than two people. Okay, so like They hate each other. Or we could say, I don't know. Roberto, Patricio, and Ricky hate each other. But when we have three people or more than two people, we could use one another. Or we could use each other. So you have those two options. When you have only two people, the only option is each other. You can't use one another. Okay? Is there any question?
Okay, teacher. It's clear.
Okay, so let's move on. We're gonna see models of possibility and probability in the past. Let's listen, please.
Hi. Someone just said hello to me, but I can't remember how we know each other. She might have been a college classmate, or I could have met her at a party. Might have and could have are modals of possibility and probability in the past. I'm using these because I'm guessing about something that has already happened. Let's learn about them.
Okay, can you please read?
We use models of possibility and probability in the past to talk about things that possibly or probably happened. We form this model with modal plus have plus the past participle of the verb. Amy did great work. She must have been proud of herself. Must have expresses probability. We use must have or the contraction must when we are almost 100% sure that something was true. I must have left my briefcase in the office. I'm almost certain that's where it is.
Okay, great pronunciation of office and of possibility. That's great. But also probability is with an A, probability. Okay, so there's another one, participle. You said participle. No, you said what did you say here?
Participle.
Participle. Okay. Okay, so let's please listen how it's pronounced. It's not participle, it's participle.
Participle.
Participle. Okay, can you repeat that?
Participle.
Great. So the stress is in the first word, the first two letters. Okay, so there's also a problem with another word. You said certain.
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 Certain. Can you repeat?
Certain.
Great. Certain. Okay, so let's continue here.
May have, might have, and could have expressed possibility. We use may have, might have, or could have, or the contractions may, might, or could. When we are less sure that something was true, we might have seen each other around campus, or we may have been in a class together. Yeah, it could have been last semester. We use can have or couldn't have when we are almost 100% sure that something was impossible. It couldn't have been in a journalism class. I'm taking acting classes.
Okay, let's continue here with 5 and 6.
We use must not have when we are a little sure that something was impossible. We don't usually use a contraction with must not. She left
A little
in a big
less sure. Can you repeat this part?
a little less sure.
Okay, continue, please.
She left in a big hurry. She must not have wanted to be late for class. We use may not have or might not have when we think something was impossible, but we aren't very sure. We don't usually use a contraction with may not or might not. She may not have wanted to talk to me anymore.
Okay, so here, before we move on, let's watch this video of the pronunciation of could have.
We are looking at how to pronounce this contraction. We'll be looking at how to say more confusing vocabulary and expressions from English as well. So this is the contraction of the words could have, as in, if I knew, I could have done better or differently. So if you want to contract this, you can say could have, okay, so could, as you know, you ignore the L, and then of, just put a schwa sound before a V, of. Could have, I could have done that. I could have washed the dishes yesterday. I could have bought the lottery ticket. I could have is how you say it. And now you know. Like this video if you found it useful. Appreciate your support.
Okay, so can you repeat this word? Well, it's could have. I don't know where it is. Can you repeat that word?
Could have.
Could have, not could have. Could have.
Could have.
Great. Okay, so let's continue. Where did we leave? Where did we finish?
6, teacher.
Okay, so let's do 7, please.
In questions we use could have. We don't use may have, might have, or must have. Could she have been at the soccer game? Notice that in short answer, we use been if the question has a form of be. Could he have been the star? He could have been. When a question has a verb other than be, we use the modal plus have. Could she have seen us there? She could have. We can also use a verb without a modal to ask about possibility or probability. Was she at the soccer game? She could have been.
Okay. So let's continue here. We form the modals with modal plus have plus the past participle of the verb to basically talk about possibility and probability in the past. Okay, so again, he must have been sleeping, or with must have, we could say he must have called me, but I wasn't in my house. Okay, can you create 2 examples with must have?
He must have been traveling right now.
He must have been what?
He must have been traveling.
He must have been traveling?
To London.
Okay. Another one?
Mm, he must have been uh, playing the new video game.
Without being, let's do another verb.
Okay. Mm, mm, he must have played for the soccer team.
Okay. Okay. Good job. Let's move on. May have, might have, and could have all are expressed possibility in the past. Can you create one example with each of them?
Mm, mm, we might have seen uh, mm, the match on the TV.
But why would you say that? Like, did you see that or you didn't? Why is that a possibility?
Mm,
Let's change the example to something that is more real, like a real possibility.
mm, mm, we might have seen uh, the new car. If we were with him.
Okay, we might have seen, yeah, but you're talking here, yeah. If we had been with him, yes, that's correct. But that's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to use the if here as the conditional. So another one. Because we might have seen the new car again. Like, why would you say like we? Unless you want to say something different. Okay, let's change this, please. I suggest that you change this pronoun, we, to another one, so that it makes it easier.
Um, I might have seen
But
her at school.
Oh yeah, I might, but you're using the same example. Okay. I might have seen her at school. Okay, let's do one with me. But don't use seen or see. Use another verb.
Mm, and with might?
No, with me.
Okay. Uh, uh, I may have mm, been at the same school.
No, you're using the same as here. Let's do something else. There's so many verbs. Okay, we could be all day here if you want.
Mm, I may have watched that game in another place.
Okay, good. With could.
It could have uh, Brandon Hussey the other day.
It could what?
It could have been Brandon who I see the other
No,
day.
not with being or with watch or with seeing.
Mm, I could have um, played for Bolivar.
Yes. Not so difficult. Okay. So then we have can have or couldn't have. When we're almost 100% sure that something was impossible. Okay, let's create here two sentences, but please don't take so long. It's really not that difficult.
Mm, I couldn't have um, done my homework.
Okay. Great. Uh, we can have.
Um, mm,
Like I'll give you an example here. The prisoner can have escaped through the window because it's too small. Or
um,
let's okay. What's your example here?
my friend can have done his homework by
No, not the
by
same.
himself.
No, you're using the same example here.
Ah, sorry. Mm, my friend can have uh, played with the famous soccer player.
Okay, he can have played with that famous soccer player. Okay, great. So we use must not have when we're a little less sure that something was impossible. We don't usually use a contraction with must not. Like he must not have washed his car because it was really dirty. Or she must not have set her alarm because I know she wanted to come. Okay, so we're here a little less sure than these two options. Well, when you said my friend can have played with this, you're very sure like he didn't play with him. And here we're like 90% sure. And again, we can use may not have and might not have when we use the negative. So we're gonna use the same sentences that you created. I might not have seen her at school. Or I may not have watched that game. Or he well, with those two. Because we don't have the negative of good. Any question with 5 and 6?
No, teacher. Now it's clear.
Okay, with 7, 8, and 9, we use the sentence, the question could have. Uh, could I have seen her at school, or could I have watched that game could okay, like I'll change here with he could have played for Bolivar because we're talking about possibility here. Like we're not sure. If you said I couldn't have played for Bolivar, that it could have played for Bolivar, that's like I may have played. Like, why would you say I? Like, why wouldn't you know if you played or not for Bolivar? Okay, could he have played for Bolivar? We're asking about possibility here. And the answers here, like, could he, I'll change here as well. He could have, again, he could have, and he could have. But if you use the verb be, you would need to put here been. He could have been. Another question is to ask without a model possibility or probability, like, did he see her at school? Did he watch that game? Did he play for Bolivar? Okay. Is there any question maybe?
No, teacher.
Okay, so we're gonna finish here. We need to finish. Next class we're gonna have the test because we need to finish. We're gonna have the two tests that we have left, number 4 and module A. So that I give you the grade. And we also need to finish this module. And something that I would recommend, Giovanni, that you do, but again, it depends on you, is that you need to put more effort into the TOEFL class because how much do you need it for the TOEFL?
83.
83. Yeah, but you're getting the essays 2 out of 5. So that won't get you 83. Because you don't put effort. I see your screen, you don't write as much as the other student, the other person does. So you need to put more effort if you want to really achieve that. It's not for me. I really don't care if my students pass, they don't pass. It's for you because you're paying for a course. And of course, my wish is that everybody here gets a good grade. But it depends on you at the end. Okay, so that's my recommendation. Put more effort in the TOEFL course because that's the most practice. You chose to have the TOEFL course like at the same time. So you need to put more effort. If you really want to achieve your grade, you need to write more. It's not about your level. I think your level is high. You don't put effort. And I realized that, and that's something that again, I don't care really. Like it doesn't affect me, but it affects you. And because you're my student and I want you to succeed, my recommendation is that you put more effort into the TOEFL course because there we're not writing all the time. You should write all the time. Like if I give you 20 minutes, you should write like, I don't know, much more. You wrote, I think, 91 words in 20 minutes. That's really, that's not acceptable in terms of if you really want to achieve your grade. Okay, so that's my recommendation.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll see you tonight. Okay, so good luck.